So, welcome to MMA 24/7 again with a new video, new prediction, and new breakdowns. So, UFC is back in town with a new pay-per-view card, and this one is my favorite. You know why? Because one of my favorite fighters, one of the fan favorites are fighting, and so UFC 318 is next week, and not next week, in a few days, and so yeah. Without wasting any time, let's do some breakdown, let's make some prediction, and let's give some opinion as a fan. So let's get started. UFC 318 is back. Another pay-per-view. Holloway versus Poirier fighting for the baddest motherfucking belt, you know. And so let's do a quick breakdown. Let's give my prediction, and let's break down the main event and what I feel as a fan regarding the fight. So I'm not gonna break down every fight, just the main card most probably, and let's see who's there in early prelims and the prelims. Any known faces. Okay, so it's starting with the women's flyweight card. Bruno Ferreira is there. I've watched two of his fights. He's quite good. He's good. The spinning knockout, I recall the spinning knockout. He's good. So there's nothing to predict. So Ryan Spann is here, Jim Crute is back. Okay, now moving on to the main card. Okay, Marvin Vettori versus Brendan Allen. Okay, it's in the prelims. Wow, but I think Marvin Vettori. I don't know when was the last time I saw Marvin Vettori fight. Fought. Brendan Allen's last fight was he's coming with a loss, But if I have to give my prediction, I think I'll go with Marvin Vettori. Yes, because I have seen his fight. He's good. He's somehow he wins. He's good. His wrestling is good. But so is Brendan Allen's ground game is good. So, but at the same time, I think I would go for Marvin Vettori. Unanimous decision. So Kyler Phillips finished. Okay, so moving on to main card. Michael Johnson versus Daniel Zellhuber. This one is quite difficult to say who's gonna win, because both are good. Michael Johnson has been in UFC for a very long time. He has fought with guys like Justin Gaethje. I don't know if he fought with Dustin Poirier, but he has fought with Justin Gaethje, even though he got knocked out, if I'm not wrong. But he's been winning now, and I think so. He's gonna fight with Daniel Zellhuber. His last fight was, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, was in UFC Noche. It was a good fight. So he's good. Michael Johnson's striking is good. So is Daniel Zellhuber. His boxing is good. So Michael Johnson, he has that knockout power. So I think this one, may the best man win. I'm not gonna pick a winner here. Danny Ige versus Patricio Pitbull. This one I feel I'll go with Danny Ige. Why? Because Patricio Pitbull's last fight was Yair Rodriguez. And one thing with this Bellator guys is like they are not doing good, in the UFC. They're not bringing the best, Even his last fight with Yair was not good. Even the other guy in the bantamweight division. But Danny Ige is more technical, he's more explosive, he has more experience as a fighter in the featherweight division. So I think Danny Ige is going to knock Patricio Pitbull out. But of course, Patricio Pitbull, he was a champion, he was a double champ. Again, if I'm not wrong, in the Bellator, but let's say the level of UFC is quite. Even though Patricio Pitbull has a knockout power and etc., but the level of UFC is in different level, man. So I would go for Danny Ige. I think knockout, second round knockout, or if not decision. But I think it's gonna be most probably second round knockout. So moving on to Kevin Holland. Man, he's back again. I think his last fight was with Vicente Luque. Wow, he had a submission win, but now he's back again, fighting against Daniel Rodriguez. Again, another guy who a good boxer, not a good boxer, but he's decent. I feel like he's decent. This guy fight like a gangster, So his style is like present with this guy. He's always present. So for me, I think Kevin Holland wins this, and it's either going to be knockout or submission. I think most probably submission. Even though Daniel Rodriguez and Kevin Holland is going to be, the fight is going to be on feet, but let's just say submission. I don't know, I like to take a weird approach towards the fight. So, plus he's a favorite. Is he the favorite? No, there's no odds. Most probably he's the favorite. This is the modified card, I think. So let's use in the main card. Oh, wow, man. Paul Costa's back again. He was supposed to fight in UFC 317. He was back again. He's fighting with Roman Kopylov. I don't know, man, but how many times has Paulo Costa? You know, he was once upon a time. He was that guy who, you know, everybody thought he's gonna be champ, but he kept on. I don't know, man. He keeps on pulling out. Him and Manuel Cape. This guy's fucking consistent pulling out. So he's fighting with Roman Kopylov. Paulo Costa's last fight was with Sean Strickland. Lost. And Roman Kopylov, I don't know, but I have watched his fight. So who am I gonna pick? I would pick Roman Kopylov. He's a good striker, good kickboxer. I've not seen his ground game, but he's a good striker. Even though Paulo Costa is a good striker, but I think his inconsistency is gonna affect. So I think Roman Kopylov wins this one. But never say never, man. Don't know. But if I have to pick my winner, I think Roman Kopylov is gonna win the decision. But I wouldn't be surprised if Paulo Costa knocks him out. But again, I don't know if that inconsistency will benefit him. So I don't know, man. But if I have to pick my winner, I have to put my money on risky better. I would put on Roman Kopylov. So let's move on to the main event. Shine like a diamond. You know, I think this is my favorite pay-per-view because of the whole card. I would, if I have to rate the whole card, 6.5, man. And the main event, Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier. You know, as a fan, we have watched both of the guys fought. You know, and how they fight their styles. You know, it's gonna be a banger, man. But of course, I didn't want this fight for Max Holloway. I wanted Max to either fight with Dan Hooker or with Charles Oliveira for the BMF again. But somehow UFC did this match, and I get it. Fighting Dustin Poirier for his retirement. Dustin Poirier is gonna retire after this fight for his retirement fight in his hometown. Dustin Poirier, I get it. For the BMF, I get it. Trilogy. So I get it. So it's fine. It's still a banger though. Yeah. So let's do the breakdown. Let's start with Dustin Poirier. You know, Dustin Poirier has 2 wins against Max Holloway. 1 submission win, 1 decision. And even though, he has a win. So who do I think is gonna win this fight, man? You know, I think this fight is stylistically similar, man. Both are good boxers, but I feel like Dustin Poirier has the more edge, you know. I don't know how to say it, but Dustin Poirier's boxing style is more explosive. Is, you know, the way he fights, you know, if you notice, he fights with that hook, you know. Max Holloway is more like 1-1-2, 1-1-2 uppercut, but Dustin Poirier just goes on banging. So he has that edge over Max Holloway, and plus the 2 wins. But again, this fight, you know, I'm a fan of Max Holloway, man. Even though Dustin Poirier is a fan favorite, you know, this time it's gonna be gutted for a fan to choose, you know. But Dustin Poirier is good. He has that boxing advantage against Max. I feel like he's a much better boxer than Max Holloway. But you know, and plus he has 2 wins against Max, so that might give him the edge. And so there's nothing to break down, man, to be honest, you know, because technically they're both the same fighter. They have fought with each other. They know they know each other's style, but they're not the same than the last fight. They are much better, both of the fighters. So how's the fight gonna go? I think Even though I feel like Dustin Poirier is a good boxer than Max, and he has that power. But if you go to Max, you saw the last fight before Ilia Topuria knockout when he fought with Justin Gaethje. You saw, the last time Max fought Dustin Poirier twice. His first one was his Max Holloway's debut in the UFC. Second one was in a short notice fight, which he just gained the weight, to fill in. So I think Max right now, with a longer training camp, I think with that muscle gained, with a proper diet, proper muscle gaining, I think it's more dangerous. Especially when he fought with Justin Gaethje. I personally, as a fan, I still doubted him out the way Justin Gaethje fights, but he surprised us, especially the knockout, So I still feel this time Max gonna win. This time it's gonna be 2-1. I think Max Holloway is gonna win. Why? First, because this is Dustin Poirier's final fight. And yes, I'm not saying Dustin Poirier is not gonna come out with guns blazing. He's not gonna come motivated. But I feel like Max Holloway has more purpose. Max Holloway has more purpose, more hunger in this coming to this fight. He has that title in his mind. He wants to win this fight. Whereas for Dustin Poirier, he has that edge, to take it easy. But again, I'm not saying Dustin Poirier is gonna come easy. But Max Holloway is a different fighter. Of course, he has a knockout. We can see now he can be knocked out, of course, in his last fight. But like he says, you're only good to our last fight. So this time I feel he's coming. He feels good. I think like that. His training camp is going good. I feel like that. So I think this is gonna be banger fight. Like I said, there's nothing to break down here because stylistically they are both a similar fighter, both great boxing. Even though the style of boxing is different. Max is like touch, jab, one kick, spinning back kick. When Dustin Poirier, he does lots of check kicks and body shots, uppercut, then that hook shots. Most of these shots are hook shots. So it's different, but it's gonna go on striking. It's for BMF. So what do you expect? It's gonna be war. That much I know. So I feel like if I have to pick my winner, I'm gonna go for Max. I feel like this time Max gonna do much better. He's gonna do it much better. He's gonna bring a much better technical fight in Dustin Poirier. So, but this is gonna go to decision. But again, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't want to say this, but I wouldn't be surprised if Dustin Poirier finds that Max Holloway chin because he has been knocked out in the last fight. So, but again, Max Holloway can do also. But I feel like Dustin Poirier has that power. So, if I have to pick my pick, it's gonna be Max Holloway because how well improved he has become, in the lightweight division, and he is plus. I feel like when you watch him, feel like he belongs there. Now he feels like he belongs there, so he feels good. He's motivated. Whereas in Ilias fight, if you notice, I felt like he was trained. He was trained. So I'm gonna go for Max Holloway. But again, whoever wins and whoever loses, either one. This is a fight game, so one of them will gonna lose. Even if Dustin Poirier loses, I have been watching his fight for a long time, man. So of course it's not a good feeling, especially his last fight. But again, if Max Holloway loses, it's not a good feeling as a fan. So, but this is a fight game. Let's just enjoy the fight, man. That's all we can do. Enjoy the fight. Even though as a fan, and I feel like Max Holloway is gonna win this because as an improved fighter, but kudos to Dustin Poirier. At the end of the day, it's sad for a legend to retire, and he did everything. Dustin Poirier has fought with everyone, with greatest of the greatest. So, as a fan, kudos to him, man. So that's it for today. That's it for today, and yeah.